Well, welcome back. It is the time of year to be aware of respiratory syncytial virus if you have young kids, also known as RSV. It is similar to the cold, so it's hard to tell when you need to make a trip to the doctor. This morning, Dr. Goddy Corpuz with Baylor Scott and White is here with us, and we are told this is essentially replacing the flu, but you're telling me it really goes hand in hand.
Yes, respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, and the flu are cold viruses. They usually coincide together. And when we say flu season, it's also RSV season. So they're not, unfortunately, there are some years that flu may be bad. This year, flu is actually, we're not seeing a lot of cases of it.
And you never know till you get in the middle of it.
Correct. And so we're in the middle of RSV and flu season. Now, the flu season has, fortunately, has been very good this year. So either the vaccine's working well or and which we still encourage people to get every single year. Now, the RSV has, we've had a lot of cases this season, unfortunately.
What are the differences between RSV and the flu? How do you know which one you have?
Well, flu would usually come with high-grade fevers. RSV, it is very notorious for causing a lot of secretions, and it can affect mainly infants and premature babies, although anyone can get it, including the elderly. And we've had I heard from my adult colleagues that there are elderly people in the ICU with RSV. Yeah,
for sure. So the elderly also, you said young kids, infants. I know parents out there are going, okay, what do I need to know? How do I get my child healthy? You're a father yourself. You've got a 5- and 7-year-old girl.
Yes.
So what do parents need to do? I mean, any kind of symptoms they see coming on, no matter if it's the flu or RSV, they're probably going to want to get into the doctor ASAP. Well,
for RSV in particular, or if your child has cold symptoms, I would recommend just keeping them at home, particularly if they're having fevers. Try to give them acetaminophen, ibuprofen, make sure they drink plenty of fluids. Best way, of course, is washing hands frequently so you prevent the spread, just like any cold viruses. Proper cough etiquette. I know it's harder with the kids, sometimes teaching them how to cough or sneeze into their elbows.
Yeah.
Some adults are still having difficulty that way. But if you do happen to have it in your hands, just wash hands frequently. Now, if we're suspecting RSV, usually your child would have severe coughing fits, and sometimes it would also come with wheezing. So if your child's having breathing difficulty, you hear them wheezing, I'd recommend seeing the doctor then.
Yeah, that's when it's time to get in. Also, if you don't catch it and it gets to a pretty bad point, it can lead to pneumonia.
Correct. So both flu and RSV can cause pneumonia. They can be complications, and kids and adults can end up in the hospital with that.
And we've got a little bit longer because this season runs until April.
Correct. Usually coincides from October until April or May, depending on how long the cold snap happens. But these days, it's kind of hard to predict with the weather.
Yeah, a few more months to stick this thing out. Stay healthy. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Drink plenty of fluids. If for adults, if you're sick, please stay at home. I know it's hard, but you can make others who have weakened immune systems be vulnerable to all these illnesses. If you're carrying RSV or flu, and you may catch something else and make other people sick.
All right, good advice. Thank you so much, Doctor, for being with us this morning and waking up early.
Yeah.